Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hey everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews. Today, look at this bottle with a damn bright nuclear cap on it. This is Dogfish Head's Worldwide Stout. It's not a big beer. It is a monster beer, guys. This is a massive 18%. Why would you need an 18% beer? Don't have any idea. Once you start getting above 11, 10, 11, 12, even 13%ers, they become too boozy, guys. And Dogfish is known for producing this and the 120-minute IPA and several others that have this bright nuclear cap on it, and it's there for a reason. It's an excessively high alcohol beer that's basically unnecessary as far as I'm concerned. Guys, I reviewed this particular one too. This is a 2010 edition. Because I don't buy these beers anymore. They're just and it was way too boozy for my palate then. It may not be now with all the beers that I've reviewed, but still 18% is just over the top. And they do that because they can. They want to. They want to produce something that nobody else is producing. Avery, the only one that comes to mind that are producing beers of this magnitude and even bigger, other than the Samuel Adams Utopias. And there are several others that produce these astronomically high beers because they can. They want to have that reputation, I guess. But it's not something I would buy anymore. So with that being said, this is the 2010 edition, and this is 2019. So, and I don't know, I don't think it has it on here. It's just got the bottle on date in yellow on the bottle here, which is hard to see. It just says bottled in 2010. So it doesn't tell me whether it was done in first part of 2010, the middle of 2010, the end of 2010. I don't know what month. So for shits and giggles, we're just going to say it's a 2010 and this is 2019. It's 9 years old in the bottle. So like I said, I reviewed this 2010 back in 2012, and even though it was heavy on the alcohol and heavy for my palate at the time, it still got a good grade. I'm not so sure it's going to get that. If it's too boozy or too alcoholish, it will not get the 10. But you can. It's just impossible to hide 18%. So I'm expecting it to be boozy, and it's not a bourbon barrel version or anything, so we're not going to get any of those bourbon notes. It's just going to be an excessively high ABV beer for what it is. And like I said, I think I have still one more of these 2010s tucked away. But I'm not going to review it. I'm going to probably have it. Because 18, that's 3 beers. That's 3 beers in one bottle. You're 3 average beers in one bottle. So, a lot of calories here. This is probably a daily intake of calories. A whole day's intake of calories for somebody like me that's trying to lose weight. So, a little bit excessive. And you could share this. You know, you could pour half in your glass and half in somebody else's glass, or a third in 3 glasses, because it's almost like a damn liquor with 18%. That would be what, 36 proof? Way too big for a beer, in my opinion. In my opinion, just if you want to get shit-faced real quick. You drink 2 of these and you're face down in the dirt probably. That's a whole 6-pack you've consumed. So anyway, let's get on with this. 18% over to Untapped. They have it at 70 IBUs. For an 18%er, I think that's kind of low. Seemed like it would have to have more bittering hops to balance out that much alcohol and that much malt. But it is what it is. Hopefully, I would think this beer is probably selling very damn well for an 18%er. There's no reason why you could sell this beer 20 years. I mean, absolutely. 18%. This beer is probably never going to go bad. You might be able to drink this beer 50 years down the road. I don't know. It's just way, way over the top as far as ABV, in my humble opinion. But it is what it is. Commercial description is fairly long. Bear with me. Dogfish Head started in June of 1995 when Dogfish Head Brewing and Eats was established on the beach community of Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. Been there. Nice facility. They was in the process of expanding when I was there, and that was 4 or 5 years ago. So they probably got that up and running very nicely. The original plan. Let's see, Dogfish Head was the first brew pub in the state. The original plan was to deliver great music, delicious food, and fine beers to the community. Come to life when this first batch of Shelter Pale Ale beers were started. Soon Dogfish Head engaged in brewing 12 gallons of beer batches to supply the restaurant's need. Dogfish Head Brewery quickly achieved popularity beyond the state and reaches nearby states like Philadelphia, Washington, D.C. And by 2000, Dogfish Head was selling over 20 types of beer, more than 25 states. So they have a pretty big distribution, guys. I would hate to think if you went to the brew pub and you were drinking this beer, you better have somebody that's going to drive your drunk ass home. That's all I can say. One of these is enough to get you a DUI in the state of Virginia. Drink responsibly, guys. Don't think you're a big man and I can handle that, and then try to drive somewhere after you've had an 18% beer, or God forbid you've had more than one of these and something else. That's definitely over the top. So that's why I have these beers here in my humble abode, where all I got to do is stumble back there and fall down in the bed and ain't hurting nobody, unless I fall down and hurt myself before I get there. So that's all we need to talk about. We got the ABV, we got the IBUs, we got the bottle on date. So let's get it open. Nice hiss, a little bit of smoke. Into the glass we go. We're going to go straight down the center here, guys, because I seriously doubt this is going to produce any kind of massive head. I'd be surprised if it produces any head at all. Well, we might get a quarter finger here. But this is a monster beer, guys. Probably you'd never see me buy this beer again. But I do have one more of these 2010s tucked away. But I doubt if I'm going to be reviewing, unless I'm reviewing maybe. If I don't drink it and in 5 years down the road I'll still have it and might re-review it. I don't know. We shall see. Very dark on that very last little bit that I poured in here. I've got some very, very dark patches on there. So more than likely we did have some settling in the bottle. It does have a big, big cake of whatever on the bottom. So it's definitely got some sediment in it, 9 years, which doesn't surprise me. Pitch black, guys. There's absolutely no light coming through it. Super dark, super heavy, and more than likely super boozy, but we shall see. See if the booze has calmed down in the 9 years it's been in the bottle. To the nose we go. Not a whole lot. That's what I'm getting right off the nose is booze. Yep, alcohol. A little bit of roasted malt, but the alcohol is overpowering everything. It's not a balanced beer. It's just too over the top to be a balanced beer. I would much prefer to have a 10, 11, 12%er, and maybe even a bourbon barrel version instead of having this alcohol just for alcohol's sake, just to say, oh my God, we brewed 18% beer. And they keep doing it again, I guess. I don't know if they're producing it still, but if I was guessing, probably so. Because they like to put these bright nuclear caps on a lot of their stuff. So it is what it is. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. That is not a balanced beer. That's just alcohol to be saying we brewed an 18% Imperial Stout. This would probably be much better if it was a 10, 11, or 12%er, guys. Too boozy. Still, 9 years in the bottle, still too boozy. Wow. Almost take your breath away. It's like it's like you poured a 10 or 11% stout in there and poured a couple jiggers of rubbing alcohol on top of it and throwed it in there. Way too boozy. Way too much alcohol for this style of beer. The booze is overpowering the style of the beer. Not impressed. Not impressed. It's more likely not going to get a 10 for me this time. It's just way over the top. And there's people that, oh my God, that's 10 beer best thing I ever tasted. Well, you're a freaking alcoholic if that's what you want. I hate to be that way, that blunt and that abrupt, but just to brew a beer that's 18% just because you can doesn't make it right. Doesn't make it balanced, doesn't make it smooth, doesn't make it easy to drink. It just proves that you can brew a monster beer that's probably too heavy for most people to drink. If you're not used to drinking a big beer like this, and you're a newbie or a backroad lager drinker, and you drink one of these, you're going to be freaking shit-faced. And if you try to drive, you're a freaking idiot. That's about as blunt as I can put it. There are a whole lot better beers than this out there to drink that aren't 18%. But they're doing this because they can, so they can put this bright nuclear cap on there. Sam Callion, the guy that owns the brewery, and there's so many others. Like I said, Avery comes to mind. Was it Brewpunk or somebody, the ones that does Tackler Nuclear Penguin? There are several others that want to brew the biggest beer, and Sam Adams, Utopias, want to brew the biggest beer ever, just because they want to have that title. We brew 20%, 30%, or 40% beer. That's not beer anymore, guys. It's alcohol laced with some malt. So we're going to sip on this for probably quite a while. I may even pour some in a glass for her. It's just too much. It's too much. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Got just a little left here. Been sipping on it for a while now. Give some of it to the other half, let her taste it. She likes it. I mean, she likes these big boozy stouts. And I used to. I mean, I used to think bigger was better. Not so much anymore, guys. I want a more balanced stout, not something super boozy just to have booziness on top of booziness. I would much prefer, like I said earlier, to have a 10, 11, even 12% imperial stout that's bourbon barrel aged than something that's just 18% non-bourbon barrel aged, just to have booze on top of booze. And that's what this is, guys. It's basically, and a lot of people love this beer, that's why they keep doing it. I don't know what else to say, guys. It is a big, monster, massive, boozy beer. Even 9 years in the bottle, the booze doesn't seem like it's subsided that much to me. I used to think this was a 10 beer. Not so much anymore. It's not a balanced beer. It's not, to me, an enjoyable beer to drink. Because I don't drink beer just to get the boozy, alcohol, get shit-faced type of beers like a lot of people do. When I did this, I did a 2010 in 2012, was 2 years in the bottle then. I thought it was awesome, but that was in 2012. This is 2019. A whole lot of tastier beers have gone under the bridge since then, and I prefer, like I said, something that's a little more balanced, a little more easy to drink, and the booze is just not overpowering everything else in the beer just for the sake of booziness. So it's definitely not a 10 beer to me now, guys. It is a decent beer, but like I do a lot of times when I go above the grade, I'm probably go below the grade on this one because it's just too much booze. The booze is overpowering everything. Now, if the booze is coming from bourbon barrel aging, it would probably be a little more enjoyable to me to drink. But just to have, or say, we brewed an 18% imperial stout, doesn't impress me. It doesn't impress me because of the booziness of it. If you want to drink booze, buy booze. Buy bourbon or whatever. If you want to drink something that's going to get you shit-faced real quick, buy some liquor. I don't drink beer to get shit-faced anymore. And this is a beer that will do that real quick like. But if you like to drink something this magnitude and helps you sleep, this will probably help you sleep. Probably help me sleep tonight. But not impressed. I am not impressed this time. like I said, I've had a whole lot tastier beers than this, a lot smoother and easier to drink, and I could taste some bourbon and some other notes going on with the beer, dark fruit and caramel and toffee and molasses, to be a more balanced beer and more enjoyable beer rather than just have booze on top of booze. So can you tell where I'm going with this? Final chug. Still, after sipping on it 30 to 45 minutes or so and giving some of it to her, it's just booze. That's what I'm getting. Some roasted malt and some booze. The booze is overpowering everything else. So, final chug. There is so much sediment in the bottom of this glass. Wow. And with that sediment, I'm getting more bitterness from what's settled out of the beer into the bottom of the bottle and now into the bottom of the glass. I'm not going to drink that glass. Sip. Way over the top. Way over the top, guys. Like I said, I'm going to go against the grade. I think this is a B+ beer. And only because it's got the date on it and the ABV on it and the vintage. So we know when it was actually put in the bottle. But not impressive to me at all. At all. And it's lucky to get even a B+. It's probably a B beer in my humble honest opinion, but it does have the dating on it, and it is what it is. It tells you it's an 18%er on there, so you know, especially when you see this nuclear cap from the guys at Dogfish, that it is more than likely way over the top, and it's going to be a big, massive, boozy style of beer, whether it's a IPA, double IPA, or whatever. It's just over the top. It's just over the top to me. B+ for me, 88. That's where I'm going to put this. Over to Beer Advocate, they have it at 4.22, exceptional. I couldn't disagree more. Over to Untapped, they have it at 4.38. I could absolutely not disagree more on this beer. But that's just my humble, honest opinion. I'm just not impressed with beers that have this monster ABV just to have a monster ABV. I want something that's smoother, more balanced, that I can taste the other notes going on in the beer other than the alcohol. So, but if you want to jump on that bandwagon and drink an 18 or bigger beer, like a lot of them that Avery produces, and I do have a bunch of them in there from Avery that I've been selling for a long time, that have this much junk in the bottom of the bottle, which I am not impressed with, but they've been selling for a long time, and you can expect that's going to happen for beers that you sell for a long time. It just nature of the beast. And this is a beast of a beer. It is. So, like I said, 2012, I thought this was a 10 beer. It's not even an A beer to me now. So, with that being said, if you've had a 2010 edition lately, it probably doesn't matter because every one of them are 18%ers as far as I know. It's just a big, massive, monster, boozy beer. So, with that being said, if you've had it, let me know what you think, guys. And like I said, and the other one that I have in the fridge, it's also a 2010. I'm either going to drink that, not on camera, or I'm going to sell it for another 2, 3, 5 years or longer if I live that long. And see what it ends up with, but probably still going to be a very boozy beer 20 years down the road. So it is what it is. So if you've had it, 2010, let me know what you think. Till we meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge.